The Soul is Shy, Part 1, with Sharon Swing.
I was sitting in my family room, looking out my back window, and I saw an 11-point buck walk out of the woods, up the path, and stand at the edge of my backyard. And as a photographer, you can imagine my excitement. I grabbed my camera, I went out the front door of the house and around the side, and stood at the side of the house and started taking pictures of this amazing animal. And I just had a sense of awe as I watched this animal move and just kind of took in its beauty and its majesty. And it saw me, and he acknowledged my presence, and I stood very still, and I waited. And soon I thought, well, I'd like to get a better angle, so I moved over to the patio, which was a little bit closer, and it watched me move, and slowly I got closer and took more pictures. And each time I moved, it would acknowledge my presence and seem to give me permission to move more closely. Here's the picture. Many times we can be on a hunt for something majestic, something captivating, something holy, and we stomp around and make all kinds of noise, only to find that we've put what we're looking for into hiding. What I want to talk to you about today is that the soul is shy. And we really do need to create an environment of safety, an environment of grace where souls can come out of hiding. But so many times we don't even recognize that the normal course of conversation, the way of our normal interaction with one another, pushes our souls into hiding. And oh my goodness, our souls so desperately need to come out of the darkness and into the light. We are all about, in Listen to My Life, creating these environments of grace where people can tell the truth to themselves and to one another in a way that helps people to be able to become self-aware and to become God-aware. I would say that create spaces for us to tell the truth to ourselves and to God and to others. But when we say God, God already knows. The storyline of souls going into hiding goes all the way back to Adam and Eve. After they had sinned, they hid from God. And God is walking through the garden, and he says, "Where are you?" It's not that he didn't know. He already knew. But he wanted Adam and Eve to be able to tell him, to prompt them, to tell him the truth that he already knew about what had happened. And that's what it's like with our own souls. Sometimes we don't even know, in the fog of our own lives, what has really happened and how to tell the truth to ourselves. So, as we gather together in a community of grace, something amazing can happen. In Matthew 18:20, it's described this way. It says, "Where 2 or 3 are gathered, there I am with them." This is kind of a holy ground experience that you almost have to be there to experience it, to understand the truth of it, and to understand just how magnificent it is. So, we have to understand as facilitators that these communities of grace need a special kind of care and a special kind of tending. And we as facilitators become guardians of that space where something different can happen than what happens under the normal course of conversation. We operate Listen to My Life under a unique set of listening guidelines that you'll hear about later. But what I want to point your attention to right now is some thoughts for you to reflect on. I'd like to ask you a few questions about what makes your soul go into hiding. There are a few questions that follow this video right here that we'd like for you to take the time to think about and answer. And then we'll pick it up with the next video.